plata, plata, plata. Cash, cash, cash. Get money, get money. It's bam, bam, bam. Hey, it's bam, bam. She wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Full lines are better, I pull up. Papi te paga los biles, pero quiero todo lo tuyo.
Welcome to Citadel Channel, folks, representing Citadel Solutions LLC. Today, Friday, October 13th, we welcome Gabriel, the Juggernaut Gardner. Also, this is our first interview, and what a way to kick it off. Welcome aboard, man. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
That's good, man. Yeah, I've been watching some of your fights, actually all your fights, and you're pretty explosive, man. What you got to say about that?
Just that's a lot of genetics involved with that. But yeah, even from wrestling, starting off, you have to be explosive to land your shots. So just incorporating my wrestling techniques, making it blend with my whole mixed martial arts game. You know, try to focus
Excellent.
on got to land first.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just wanted to ask you a few questions. Take however long you need to answer. What made you want to be a fighter, man?
I wrestling is what started my whole journey in combat sports and hand to hand combat. Uh, I was a big fan of football growing up, basketball, but I wasn't I'm 5'3", 100 pounds,
I
so
hear you, man.
those sports really didn't gear towards me. But once I started wrestling, I could wrestle people my size. That I fell in love with it from day one.
Right on, man.
But yeah, wrestling. After wrestling was done, uh, after I ended my college career wrestling, I the passion for wrestling, it's always been there. Passion for combat sports, so I wanted to find some way to continue it, and that's when I started down the path of mixed martial arts. Once I got back from school, I checked out the area,
Yeah,
Greenville, Washington. Just different areas on the East Coast, and got in touch with a Muay Thai instructor, Rodrigo Gavinassi. He started me in the game, fearless fighting. He started
right. I
me up.
remember that.
Yeah, that's been 10 years now, I believe.
10
Nine,
years. Wow, man.
years. Yeah,
That's crazy. Feels like
yeah,
yesterday, doesn't it?
yeah. Time flies, time flies. But it's been a fun
Yes.
journey.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So where do you think your future lies in fighting? Is there a future?
UFC. I'm gonna be a ranked UFC fighter. Hopefully holding the belt.
Right on.
Um, I know the challenges I face. With my age and
Yeah.
getting into the sport this late. Uh, I didn't start mixed martial arts until I was 30 or 22,
Oh, wow.
21. So I know with that there's gonna be this difficulty. It brings its own difficulties. But
Yeah.
I've been at it, staying at it, trying to zone in on the skills that I need, the techniques that make champions. You
Right.
know, uh, I I knew it was gonna be a process, so I just been sticking to it. I feel like I'm sharper than ever.
That's awesome, man. It's really awesome. Yeah, man. I want to see you go to the octagon.
Oh yeah. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, man. Hopefully wearing a pair of Citadel shorts.
Yeah,
One of these days. One
that'd
of
be
these
nice.
days.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, man. Everybody wins. Okay, so obviously you're not fighting every single day. I mean, every day is a fight in life, but
Right.
what do you do outside the ring, man?
Outside the ring right now, I uh deal with insurance on my that's my day job, insurance. I work
Very
with a
nice.
insurance company called Kemper Life.
Okay,
Uh, I joined them excuse me,
no worries.
with the scheduling because I can make my own schedule. Uh,
Mm,
I can schedule my training how I want, mornings, evenings, during the day. Uh, the process, but the training process, I'm just really getting through the training process.
right,
So now I'm getting in the flow of setting my own schedule. So um, it, it's open. My training is starting to
nice,
ramp up quite a bit. Uh, just being on my own terms, being able to set my own schedule, my own weekly schedule,
right, right.
knowing what I got going. So I yeah, it's coming up. It's working out pretty good as far as the job goes.
So you like it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome, man. Question. This is kind of off the beaten path, but there anything on the horizon for another fight, or you think about anything?
I always got my ear to the ground. I'm always looking. I always got my coaches looking.
Right.
I'm all the time. You hear anything? You know, any prospects? Um, I've had a it's been a unlucky streak, I would say,
Yeah,
as
man.
far as scheduling fights. Uh, since I've
Right,
made the transition to the pro level.
right.
Not sure if it's the area or the weight, or there's probably a lot of factors going into it. Uh,
For sure.
but it's been a lot harder to find fights since I've made the step into the
Right.
pro division. But yeah, I'm all the time looking. I try to stay fight ready, fight shape.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
when the something does come up, if it's next week, I'm ready to go.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Always staying ready. It's hard to do, especially with a guy like you and me, man. We got family. I mean, you got what, couple kids, two, three kids?
Yes, I have twins.
And,
They're both 5 years old. Boy and a girl. Me and Gunner. Yeah, they keep me busy. They keep me
oh yeah.
busy. Keep me running in circles.
I hear you, man. I mean, mine's 10. I can only imagine. I mean, she's kind of self-sufficient for the most part, but it's just like there's never any time for anything between work and home life. So my hat's off to you.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Now I'm finding you got to make the time. You can't just
Dude,
wait for. You can't just wait wait for something to line. You got to make time to get done what you need to get done.
that's for sure, man. That is for sure. Back to the fighting real quick. Uh, so what was your favorite fight?
I would say my favorite fight was probably my third amateur fight.
Yeah,
Um, I believe the guy name was Michael Panini. Uh, I can't pronounce his last name right, but
yeah,
I was I don't think I've uh felt 100% comfortable yet in the octagon, but that was the fight that I felt a little groove. I don't know
yeah,
if you compete for a while, you get in a kind of I wouldn't say zen state, but
yeah,
like you get settled, you get a rhythm going,
yeah,
you just feel more comfortable. And I in that fight, uh, specifically in the second round, I felt that I felt that comfort, and it's more fun. It's more fun when you're not you're not anxious,
Yeah.
and you got those pre-fight jitters.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a lot. It's a lot more fun when you get comfortable and you get in the groove of things.
So pretty much you found your sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right on, man. That's really cool. I think I remember that. He was like a wiry Italian dude, wasn't he?
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to
I
remember.
mean, all of my everybody that I fought is got me in length and reach, so I couldn't say. But he
Yeah,
tall, linky. Um, he threw a lot of kicks. Well, he threw
that's right.
he actually connected with one head kick.
That's right. I remember that.
But yeah, it was a test of my ground and my standing. I was able to play, you know, all the aspects of the mixed martial arts. I was able to test myself in
Yeah.
all of it: the wrestling, the grappling, the jiu-jitsu, the striking. So that's what I like. I mean, I don't fight to beat up people. I fight to
Right.
fight. You know,
You just
I
like the
I
sport.
want to challenge myself. I don't. I Every fight I go out there, I want to bring out
Yeah.
something better in myself.
You want to test your metal. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that every red-blooded man, and I use that loosely, wants to test themselves. And I often hear people say, "Oh, 30 years ago I was this and I did that," and it's like, "Oh, okay, well, what can you do now? Nothing. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool."
Yes.
I
Yeah. That gets me all the time. Yeah, yeah. When I hear people talk about the good old days and what they used to do back then, that I'm like, well, yeah, yeah. What are you doing now? What do you got planned to do next?
know,
And
right?
it's always a it's a growing process. It's a growing process. You never stop until you're in the ground. So,
That's right, man. Every day's a gift. Every
hmm
day's a gift. Okay, so let me go on the flip side of that. What was your least favorite fight?
it was a title fight for Cagezilla. Um, everything was seemed to be going wrong that night.
Oh no.
Um, eh, there, I mean, Cagezilla is awesome promotion.
Right.
The only promotion that I've seen that topped them in Virginia was Spartacus, and that's the ones I've had my
Yeah.
first fights with. But the the main thing that turned me off about the fight was the fact that I felt like I was getting a dominant position, and I was starting to get feeling things, and then got caught in a triangle, and
Oh man.
fight ended. But yeah, that was very off night. I mean, I don't make any excuses.
For sure.
He beat me fair. It was his night. But yeah, it just seemed like I just couldn't get in the groove of things that whole night, the whole leading up to the fight. They had our the arrangement of the fights
Right.
was mixed up. So I was thinking I was supposed to be going on two fights later, and ended up being the fight next,
Uh
and going down the hall. And that night, people were getting knocked out. Like fights were flying. I think
right.
two or three fights got ended in the first round. So my warm up wasn't going right. It was just an off night. No excuses, but yeah, it was. I felt like it was definitely a guy that I could beat. I'd say 8 out of 10 times.
Right,
I
right.
could, like, he had that one that one time if I made a mistake, I'm playing in his guard. It was a lesson learned. It was a lesson learned playing
Absolutely.
playing the guard game. Um, Not really working my wrestling, my strong suits. Um, I mean, everybody. He was taller. He had more reach, but everybody has everybody in the everybody I fight has more reach and height
Yeah, I've
on me.
noticed. I've noticed
So
that.
none of those. All those factors I throw to the side. I expect that going in every fight that they're going to be taller, longer. So I just work my game.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, that's the one fight that rubbed me wrong, rubbed me real wrong.
Well, hey man, I mean, it sounds like, you learned a lot because failure in life really is the best teacher. And I think now, especially, so many people are afraid to fail, man. And
Yeah,
that's where you learn your most valuable lessons. I mean, as long as, the failure was sort of in a controlled, somewhat controlled environment, to where not all is lost.
right.
I think there's a lot that can be gained from that, and it sounds like you have. It really does.
Oh yes, definitely. Uh, yeah, every loss I've had, I was able to sit back, look at them objectively, and see my mistakes and try to correct my mistakes. Um,
That's-
for the most part, most of them were
yeah,
small mistakes that
those are the worst ones.
yeah, yeah, if I could have corrected it beforehand or didn't make mistakes, I would have won the fight. I think too, there was another fight, Manny Fernandez, that he caught me in the triangle. Uh, this was later on in the fight. Uh, he was playing a lot of the rubber guard. I which was very new to me. Before that fight, I have not, to my recall, I haven't in practice or anything rode around with anybody that played the rubber guard.
Right.
So that was a very new experience. Just dealing with that. So I don't judge myself harshly on those type of things. But yeah, like I said, you got to learn from it all. Learn if you aren't learning, you aren't growing. So
Absolutely. Could you elaborate on the would you call it rubber guard?
rubber guard. Oh yes. That's when uh, if you already know what regular jiu-jitsu guard is, when you're in the bottom guy is on their back and the top guy who is attacking is between the legs, and they have the legs crossed around them,
Right.
lock. The rubber guard is when they bring one of their legs pretty high to their head, like bring their I, you have to be really flexible and linky, which he was, to be able to pull that off. I can't play. I don't play rubber guard. I'm short, stubby, so
Me too. Me too, man.
so it doesn't work out for me. But yeah, you pretty much you bring your opposite. So this is my right leg. You bring your right leg all the way up here. This is playing rubber guard, and that goes across your opponent's back, over your opponent's back and shoulders. And if you lock it up right, it controls their posture. So I can't posture back, land down, elbows, punches.
Right.
Um, and if done right, it can be very aggravating. It is a good stalling tactic,
Yeah.
and I you can hit some submissions off that, um, like he did with me uh, getting frustrated, not knowing, being ignorant to position. Uh, I got
Right.
frustrated. I'm rushing because I'm hearing the referee in my ear. Work. He's saying work, work. I'm gonna stand you up. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, you got to do something. And I only, with him locking down rubber guards where I probably had, I don't know, maybe an inch to posture up and try to land shots to the side or
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough stuff.
so yeah, I was just getting frustrated and just hearing the ref, I'm trying to create that space and uh not doing it the proper technical way.
Right.
I wound up getting caught in the triangle from that fight uh in the second round. But yeah, rubber guard is it's a good defensive as far as not taking a lot of damage.
Ah,
Um, Not taking a lot of damage. It keeps your opponent from posturing up and landing big shots. So yeah, it's a good technique to know and know how
okay.
to know how to defend.
Oh yeah, man. Got to. Got to. Yeah, I hear a lot of guys talking about, oh yeah, I don't like rolling around on the ground with a bunch of sweaty dudes. It's like, well, statistically, that's where the fight is going to go.
Yes, statistically,
Statistically.
yes, yes. And most fights don't stay standing too long,
Yeah.
especially in a
Uh,
street fight.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so I want to talk to you briefly just about the event coming up, the promotion event that we talked about. So as far as the firearms concerned, I usually like to take a crawl to run approach. I mean, we start assuming that the person's never fired before in their life, which obviously you own firearms, you have um,
Yes.
to to the running, to the swift and deadly professional. You know, so yeah, we'll start whenever we work out this date. We're going to start with just safety, and do some marksmanship synopsis, a little firearms familiarization. You know, take your take your pistol apart. Most people don't know how to do that, how to clean it, all that kind of stuff. Then we'll do static drills. Have you looked into the concealed carry training at all?
Um, very very briefly. But yeah, that is something I have been interested in getting a concealed carry permit. I have heard there is potentially um there is a potential that you don't need the concealed carry license anymore. That just a regular license you can conceal carry. I don't know what states it is for, but
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that. I think Texas just did away with it, but in fact, North Carolina, some of their legislation did just change. I can't remember. I think it was this year, earlier this year. I don't quote me on it, but you did have to have a um, uh, purchase permit from the sheriff to purchase a handgun. Um, but you can, prior to that, you could purchase a long gun with no problem. Um, so they did away with that completely. So to uh, you can go to a gun show now
uh-huh.
without having to worry about that. But you still do need to conceal carry if you want to conceal. And I'm sure you know about open carry. North
Yeah.
Carolina is an open carry state. But and we can I can hook you up with that concealed carry. But
Oh yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, that would be
yeah,
nice.
man. Yeah, we'll make it happen, man. We'll make it happen. Get Mike and everybody out. We'll do a group class. Anyways, the static drills. So in the concealed carry class, you have shoot from ranges from 3 yards, 5 and 7, and that's not hard. I've never had anybody fail that ever, ever. Um,
I hate to be the first.
No, man, my mom, she's freaking 65. She got up there and she did it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're hitting the target, man. It's like the width of a torso, wider. It's like this big. A B-27 is what the police use. You just got to have what was it, 27 or 25 out of 30, I think it was. And
Okay.
I mean, it can be anywhere on the target, man. You know, so that'd be no problem for you, I'm sure. So yeah, static drills also involving the rifle. Everything I do, usually I try to do a mag change, try to get those body mechanics. Plan on doing some pivot and move drills involving transition. So meaning like you turn to your left, and then when they call target, you present with the rifle or pistol, whatever we designate first, and then you'll switch. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. And then after that, then it's gonna be your turn. Then we're gonna do some MMA, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Give and take,
That-
man.
That's a whole event there.
It is. It is. That's why each one is a different day. Each one is a different
Yeah,
day. Everybody gets their time. But
yeah.
well, I really appreciate your time, Gabe. If you've got any other questions or any other events or things you wanted to talk about, be my guest. Got anything?
No, just shout out to my gyms, the gyms that I affiliate with, I go to, I train with. Uh, Gamma, Team All American, downtown Greenville. The head instructor there, Black Belt Jay Spate, and Kata, Kata Academy in Wilson.
Right on.
The head instructor there is Bishop Crew. Uh, both gyms have welcomed me with open arms. I was introduced to Kata Gym through uh, my jiu-jitsu gym, Gamma. Both gyms have been with me for some years now and been in my corner. So always give honor where honor is due, and credit where credit is due. They've
Absolutely.
helped me out a lot along the way.
It's awesome, though. Yeah, you always got to give credit where credit's due. I think that too often people forget where they come from. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, oh yeah, most
But
definitely.
yeah, appreciate your time, and I would like to do some more interviews, man. If you got the time in the near future,
Yes, yes, yes. We
yeah,
can make it happen.
we'll make it happen, Captain. But
Yeah.
anyways, appreciate everybody who tuned in. From the folks at Citadel, remember, greatness follows diligence. Appreciate y'all.